Ongoing in Lewisham High Street, there appears to be an incident. Whatever could it be? The Anglo told us with a 2-minute video we can put on. Hostage situation in Lewisham. He went into the HSBC bank with a weapon, took hostages, and is now above the subway in a flat. Lady at the scene. And seems like it's this fella. So we'll watch the video, obviously, but the first thing I must do is caveat this with the same sentence we hear every time there's an incident like this, alright? Burly foreign gentlemen in dressing gowns with meat cleavers are our strength. Right, first of all, I'm aware it's not a meat cleaver. It just sounded slightly more amusing. I'm sure he's got one tucked away somewhere. Second of all, let's watch the video, shall we? As long as it's PG-13, I might have to cut it. You know how YouTube is. Or I could just use AI to make the fella look, 7 shades paler and give him hair like Ed Sheeran. And I'm sure they'll let everybody watch it.
Perfect.
Okay, rest assured, I've cut that out. It was terrible and the music was annoying. 1 minute and 45 of nothing. Essentially, though, what's happening is a foreign gentleman decided that it was a good idea to hold some hostages in a bank, and there's now a ton of armed police, copper bunting, cordons, and general chaos and terror in the middle of London, as usual. What is amusing is it's in the same place which hosts a quite popular Twitter account called Lewisham Anti-Raids, and it says community resistance to immigration raids in Lewisham. DM or email us to get involved. Tweet immigration raid alerts to anti-raids. Yeah, I've got a question for Lewisham Anti-Raids. Do they think, by looking at that fella there, that maybe if our police were a little bit more aggressive when it comes to enforcing the law and deporting people that are known foreign criminals instead of just turning a blind eye, do you think maybe we wouldn't have to deal with armed police cordoning off the high street in Lewisham? Because there's a bloke who's clearly completely tonto in his dressing gown swinging a knife about in the middle of HSBC. I'm just putting that out there. My second question would be, do you think this is good? I think it's a good idea having blokes dressed like they're ready for bed, but they're not ready for bed. They're ready to slash someone's jugular because the benefits that they've been getting since they landed have been like, what have they been, frozen for 6 weeks or something? We don't have to live like this. We just don't. It's a choice. This is what everybody keeps talking about. It's what Nigel and especially Rupert Lowe and all the other Reform MPs keep saying. It's a choice. It's lawfare. Starmer, every time you want to do anything to even attempt to drain the swamp, they play these lawfare games. Basically, it's like the race card for lawyers, for slimy, thieving, lying politicians. Whenever they want to do something that they think's a good idea, or let's just collapse the borders and let everybody in, like Merkel. You remember that one? Funny old thing that can do that. There's no legal challenges that stop them then, or if there is, they ignore them. If Starmer reads a legal challenge he doesn't like, then he rips the rule book up. Who cares about the law? If some conservative citizens try to get a lawsuit involving some high court judge saying, oh, you're not allowed to throw up 600 swarthy Afghans in the 5-star hotel in my hometown, they ignore you. They don't care about the law. But when you fill up a plane with some of the worst human detritus that you could possibly dig up, actual oxygen thieves of the highest order, people with lengthy criminal convictions for sexual assault and murder and drug smuggling and people trafficking and all of it. But when you try to get one plane out the country, packed with human scum, it's impossible. They go, oh, sorry, hands are tied. It's the law. It's the law. Weird how the law's only applied one direction, isn't it? So, to sum up, there's a hairy, scary man brandishing a knife in what has now developed into a hostage situation, and you chose it, apparently. You chose it. You asked for it. Because successive governments, including 12 years of the Conservatives, who promised to drive immigration down and then imported 1 million people in a single year. Obviously we wanted it because we haven't done anything about it. Easy. And if you try and get rid of unvetted fighting age men with mental health problems and lengthy criminal careers, you just can't, because it's the law. It's definitely the law. But if you try to stop them all moving into your hometown, standing outside the primary school accosting people all day and then bouncing on the lollipop lady's shitbox when she's trying to walk home from work, well, you just can't do that. Because there's rules, don't you know? And the rules are whatever the oily lawyers and the politicians decide they are. Brilliant. So I'm glad we cleared that one up, right? My missus got a visa revoked because, you know, she speaks English and she's American and she's got 2 degrees and she's never had a parking ticket. So we don't want her type, you know, and 19-year-old Canadian backpackers, you know, tear up their visas, deport all the Swedish nurses because we need to make room for Abdullah, the knife-wielding bedroom attire salesman. Yeah, there we go. Easy. If that doesn't make sense to you, you're obviously mentally ill. Please type some comments down there and tell me why you think not allowing unvetted fighting age men into the country is a terrible idea. It's a terrible idea. We need to deport all the educated women from Commonwealth countries and we need to import arms dealers from Nairobi. Yeah, makes loads of sense to me. All right. That's today's news roundup for you. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you all tomorrow. All right. Toodle pip. Cheers.